Alright, welcome back. This is Ryan with Oak Harbor Web Designs, and today we're going to learn how to connect your GitHub to your Netlify and get your website online after you just made yourself your own static handmade website in HTML and CSS. So the first thing you do is you go to netlify.com and you create your account, and once you do, this is what the main page looks like. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get your website on GitHub first. So we have our GitHub here. This is my starter kit profile. So you have your you create your GitHub, and there's two ways to do this. You download, I use Git Bash, and then you connect this Git Bash. You log in via an SSH token from your GitHub. And I mean, there's tutorials for that online. I'm going to try and figure out how the heck I did it last time, but I did it once, cried a little bit, and then I just kind of pushed that in the back of my mind and kind of repressed it because I had such a hard time with it. I don't know why it had to be so complicated, but I did it. And if you do it that route, if you do have your GitHub linked with your Git Bash here, it makes things a ton easier. So we're going to start with that first. When you do have this connected with your GitHub, oh hey little girl, let's open back up our. Oh, did I just close everything? No. And there it is. So we're going to start here. Okay. So you go. You want to go to, okay, yeah, we want to initialize, or no, let's create it first. So let's create a new repository. We're going to do this for forced evolution. All right, it's available, and I'm just making it public. And once we have that, this is important. This tells you how to do it. So what you do is, let's do, let's go to here. Let's get our terminal. So we want to navigate to the forced evolution folder. So we're going to do cd, and you just type out, half of whatever folder you want to do. So cd is change directory. So we want to go to desktop. So desktop, hit tab, and it will finish it for you. And I want to go to /oak, no, desktop, oak, no. Where is it? Where does this thing live? Yeah, Oak Harbor. Okay, so we're in desktop. Can't believe I'm having problems already. So we're in desktop, CD, Oak. There it is. I had to do CD. Got it. It's 2:30 a.m. here, so let's keep this going here. Hopefully I don't mess anything else up. So cd new folder. This is where I put forced evolution. Cd forced evolution. There it is. So now we are in our project folder of forced evolution. Once you're there, you have all the files are already there. So what we need to do is we need to initialize this repository. And we do that with git init, and that should initialize it. So nothing's really going to happen here because I don't have my git controlled with this account. So I'm just going through the motions. So I do git init, we initialize the git repository, then I do git add space period. That adds everything to be committed. So when we do that, and then we do git commit -m parentheses first commit. This is our first commit to go into our repository, and this is everything that we're committing. So we added everything to be committed, I guess. I'm not 100% sure on Git. I just know what I have to do. So we do that git add. We add everything after we initialized the repository with git init, and then we want to commit it with git commit -m, which is message first commit. and everything is here to be committed. Now, after we do all that, that's where this comes in. We take this this line right here, and this is how it gets added to this GitHub, is by this line. So we're going to copy, right-click copy, and then in here we're going to right-click paste. For some reason the keys don't work. You have to right-click it. So paste, and when we do that, that'll be cool. And then we do when we want to push it to the repository, we go git push -u origin master. That pushes it to the master branch of this forced evolution here. So when we do that, it should do everything. See, I have to do this is where you have to do your SSH thing. So this is not linked with this, and I haven't quite figured out how to do it yet. So for now, we're just gonna pretend that this happened. After you hit push -u origin master, it will go to this. It'll be here. So right now there's nothing. So we can import our code, but yeah, there would be something here, but there's not. So, but that's how you would do it, is if you when you connected your Git Bash with your GitHub. So there's that. And then the other way, so I'm going to close this. I think there's another way. So let me just go back to our kits. So forced evolution. I think we want to. There's a way you can drag and drop. I'm just trying to remember where that was. Import code. Let's see. Oh no, that's not it. I did it. I'm trying to figure out how I did it last time. It was an import code. Uploading an existing file. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it's so hidden. Everything. So get started by creating a new file, or let's upload our existing file. There it is. So this is where you would drag it. So if you don't feel like going through the hassle or the mental anguish of connecting your GitHub to your Git Bash, this is what you can do. So we just take. So this is our new folder. We just take this folder, right? So this is the root directory. So we take all this and we just drag and drop it right in there. So it's the manual way to do it if you can't get your Git Bash or GitHub set up. So let's just wait for everything to finalize here. And boom. All right. So that's everything. So now when we go here, it should have, select the branch to upload files. Oh, I forgot to commit them. All right. One more time. Here we go. Everybody. See, all that just goes all the way to the bottom. Obviously, you can see I don't use this method very often, so we'll let this load again. And then from here, now that the files are in GitHub, then we can go to Netlify and we can log into our GitHub on Netlify, and it will pull the files from this GitHub. So now, obviously, these are all in here now. So let's add our message, first commit, and commit. Then we just wait for it, however long it takes. And we get a lot of images. There we go. So now it's in your GitHub. This is where it is. When you do connect GitHub to your Netlify, you got to have all of this. Everything needs to be in the root directory. Your sitemap, your index, your favicons. They all need to be in the root directory, which is the outermost folder. Before you start, that's what a root directory is. It's like the most the outermost folder where things can live, where it's not inside of another folder inside the folder, if that makes sense. So now we have this. When we go to Netlify, we go to new site from GitHub, and we want to connect. So okay, Oak Harbor Kits. So I want to authorize Netlify. All repositories in my Oak Harbor Kits. There you go, and it's authorized. And here's everything inside of your GitHub. So we just have these two. So we have our forced evolution. So let's click on this, and then ignore all of this. It doesn't matter. Just hit deploy site, and then within a few seconds, it's a deploys in progress, and now it's live. So you have this. This is your generic link. So always go into site settings, change name. So we're going to do forced evolution, right? Save. So that just changes it to whatever it is, .netlify.app. So when we click this, oh my God, it's our website. That was so easy. Why was that so easy? It should almost be criminal how easy this was. So that's that. Now what you want to do on Netlify, you go to your build and deploy, and you want to scroll down to asset optimization. For some reason, it's always disabled by default, but enable this. What this does is it bundles your CSS, it minifies your CSS, and does the same thing to your JavaScript, and it compresses your images, and it makes pretty URLs. So instead of being about.html, it's just about. So it removes that HTML. So it does all this for you. Just save. Boom. And it's already done. Like, everything's minified. This will also improve your load times and your core vitals. So yeah, always do this. Every time, go to that. And now what we want to do, oh, no, we don't want to click on that. So we want to go back to site overview. We want to add a domain. And there's two things we can do. So we are going to add a custom domain. We can type in whatever we want here. So let's type in one that's obviously not available. So let's just do, I don't know, some random, lobstermanitoba.com. Yeah, that's available. Awesome. So all you would really do is just add your payment method, register now, and literally do like 2 clicks and it's done. It's connected, it's live, it's ready to go. And the other way is, so let's say you wanted to, let's buy a domain. Let's see. I'll log into my Google Domains account up here, and we're going to buy a domain, and we're going to connect it. Let me just log in really quick, off screen for, security reasons. So my domains, let's see. Okay, so we're here at the get new domain, right? So let's do www.lobstermanitoba.com. All right, it is available. Oh my God! And let's do no, not .net. Yeah, let's just do it .com. So we're going to add to cart, and then when we go to cart, we want privacy protection on, auto renewal on, awesome. And I'm going to move this up because I got to pull this out of the space because I don't want my last 4 of my credit card showing when I check out. So you just hit this little checkout button at the bottom, and then I'm just going to check out really quick. So I'm going to hit checkout, review purchase. Sorry, you can't see the last 4 or contact information, but those are for me. I just see a big button. I'm going to cruise this down here and see if I pull this screen right there. You see that? Buy. We're going to buy. And now we're registering lobstermanitoba.com. So I just invested $13 in your guys' education. So I hope it's worth it, and you guys can take something from this video, because this video took $12 from me. So now we're just going to wait. I don't know why it's taking so long now. I'm just going to take this off screen. Waiting. Yeah, it's still loading. We're just going to wait. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to take this back up just in case there's any private information. Okay, the private information is at the bottom. So, services. Let's see. How do I? So this is what we got, right? I think I wanted to add. No, I don't want this. Here we go. Yeah, we have to go in our options. Options, DNS. There we go. So this is where the magic happens. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Netlify. So let's verify our domain, www.lobstermanitoba.com. Now it says it has an owner. Yes, this is me, add domain. And it's going to take you to this page. And it doesn't tell you what to do from here. So this is what you do. Under this, so under www.lobster, this is the primary domain. All right, there's a problem. So we go to options, set up Netlify DNS. All right, we just hit verify. Yes, we go through this again. Yes, add domain. And then we don't need to add any records. If we had MS records, like for email, or TXT records for email, that's where we'd add these. We'd add all of the new records from the previous domain here so that we can move them over. You always want to do that before you do a transfer of name servers. So we're going to ignore this for now. Continue. And these are your name servers. These are what you use to connect your domain. So we're going to split screen this here. All right. Dang it. There it is. There it is. Okay. So we want to go into here. We want to find our name servers right here. All right. And show advanced settings. So we want to edit these. Let's see. How do I? Let's see. Export DNA. No. So this is where you would change them. So I'm just wondering. Okay, how do I manage dynamic DNS? No. Gosh darn it! I just did this not too long ago. Now I got to figure it out again. I want to change you. So let's try custom. There we go. Custom. All right. Yeah, this wasn't here last time. This is so much. Technology changes so much. They move things in places that don't need to be moved. Like this custom, I would never have known to come here. You know, like I just want it. Why can't it just be where it is? You know, here's my name servers. Edit name servers, but for some reason Google had to hide it up here under custom. So we have 4 name servers, okay, and we're going to use all 4 of them. So we need to add one, and all you do is you just copy and paste them in order. So copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And this is going to be true for any registrar. If you use GoDaddy, Namecheap, Name.com, Network Solutions, they're all going to have DNS settings, and they're all going to have name servers. Name servers are where you make the big change. basically wipes everything else out, and it's just this is where everything connects. So now we're going to save. Name servers have been saved. So cool. Now let's try going to lobstermanitoba.com. Lobstermanitoba.com. Okay, cool. That's there. So now we're done. And check. So obviously it's not loading right now. So we already added it. Right? When we go to DNS panel, it's already connected. So what we need to do is click this. Check. It says it's telling the system, hey, check again. So let's try. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's try refreshing. Okay, that's not there. That's not there. Verify DNS. Retry. So it looks like it's still not taking. Manage name servers. Okay, it just takes time. So let's check our DNS panel. So it is connected. Again, if you ever have to do this again, here's where your name servers live. But now we just gotta wait. Apparently, it's taken longer than I was hoping it would. So let's go back to sites. This guy. Let's publish domain settings. Let's do Control-Shift-R. Let's just refresh. So everything's still waiting. Name server, yeah. So I mean, these things can take minutes, a couple hours, but that's it. And then once this turns to green and everything's happy, this obviously this is where you get your certificate. So you can just click. There's a button here that you just click to propagate, and you'll get your security certificate here, and it renews automatically, so you never have to worry about it. So yeah, see, if you've already changed your DNS configurations, allow up to 24 hours for the changes to be processed. So looks like this is just one of those instances where we have to wait under 24 hours. So it is what it is, but that's how you do it. So yeah, these name servers, that's where everything happens. Let's see, name servers. So yeah, it's still got the Google name servers. Let's just refresh this. Yeah, it's still got the Google ones. And when we go to custom, but they are not in use. Why? So they are not in use. Okay, your domain isn't using these settings. Switch to these settings. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this, and they really made it a lot more difficult to use. But I still recommend Google domains. So let's refresh this, and let's just check our name servers. It's still Google. So this is active. So let's try this. Let's see if this is active. Ah, there it is. I just had to activate it. So these are green. These are happy. Green is good. And then down here, verify DNS configuration. Retry. Eventually this will do it. It's just, again, this one takes the most time. This might happen within an hour. So now, if we go to lobstermanitoba.com, there it is. We just connected our Netlify website to an external domain, and that's how you do it. So Google domains gives me some problems today. Just make sure you go to custom, and then you change, activate it. Apparently, let's just put more steps into the user experience, because why not? But this is Google domains. I still recommend it. I love it. Much better than GoDaddy or anybody else. And it's It's attached to your Gmail, so if you use your Gmail, your company Gmail for a lot of things, it's just easier to log in with Google for all your Google services. But Netlify is free. There's no cost. It's a static website, so let's load this again. So this is for free to host, and it's scalable. So if 100 people are accessing it or 1,000 people are accessing it, it's not going to slow down because it's not served up the traditional way. It's not dynamic, which means when a website loads, it is basically being stitched together from the database where all of these components live, and that takes server space, server effort. It has to work for it. It's building a website individually for each user, but a static website is it's the same thing for everybody. It's not stitching together a new website for every individual person that visits the site, taking up server resources. It's serving them up. Everyone is just getting the same HTML, CSS, all those files. They're just getting one little file to load everything up, and that's what static websites do so well. Is it serves up the same files to everybody instead of serving up individual websites for everybody. And that's the difference, and that's why static websites take significantly less server loads and why they can be offered for free. But if you do go over 15,000 views or visits in a month, I think that's like the cap where you just pay for that month for extra. It scales up for you. It just does it automatically. It'll charge your card like $9 or whatever for that month that you go over. But yeah, if you get 100,000 views in a single day, your website is not DDoS. It's not. It does not go down. The servers do not get overloaded. Your capacity just increases with Netlify, and you just pay for the extra stuff. So it scales with demand and how many people are using it, which is fantastic. And this is the easiest way I found to connect a website and make it live. Minus some of these issues that I've had because it is almost 3 a.m. And I'm kind of tired. But minus the issues, I can get a website online in like 5 minutes. It is not that hard, and the better you get at this process, the easier things will go. It'll be a lot smoother than this video. Obviously, hey, we all make mistakes, and I think I make more than others, which is great because mistakes are opportunities to learn and learn what not to do. And that's what we did today. So we learned about that custom feature and activating. So that's great. But just remember those and remember how we did the GitHub. But that's how you do it. Now the website, it's live. We got our fab icon here, and it's ready to go. Except obviously I don't have the other pages. So, but that's it. It's done. Your website is now online, and that's how you do things. You're going to have clients that have their own domains on their own domain registrars. This is going to be a very common thing. But if you have a client, I will say, if you have a client on Wix, you have to transfer that sucker out of there because Wix will not let you change the name servers for some reason. Even though they're basically a registrar where you can register your domain with Wix, Wix does not allow you access to the name servers, and that makes it even more difficult to have your Wix domain on Wix load a different website. Because if you go to the HTTP version of your domain, it takes you back to the Wix site version, which just says this site doesn't exist, and that's not good. So what you need to do when you talk to your clients is you need to tell them, hey, you have a Wix site which does not allow me to edit the name servers, which is what I need to do to load the new website. So you need to get their permission and let them know that, hey, I need to move this to my Google Domains account. Let them know that they still own it. They're not losing control, because that's a really terrible thing to do to a client. Don't hold hostages. Make friends, not hostages. So you just convince them to move it out of Wix so that you can edit the name servers and have an easier time. Because I don't know why Wix does that. Maybe it's just their way of maintaining control. And don't worry when it says, warning, by transferring away from Wix, customers will not be able to access your website at yourwebsite.com at Wix. And it's not saying that they won't be able to access your website anymore. It's just they won't be able to access your website anymore at Wix.com. And they put it in bold. It's like they're trying to scare you away from not doing it. They don't want you to move your domain off Wix. They want to make that money. They want you to stay on Wix. So they're going to scare you and say they will not be able to find you at your domain at Wix. That last couple words at the end, at Wix, is that's basically the clarifier there. Like, yeah, if you move it off, yes, you can still see your domain. Don't get scared. It's just it won't be at Wix. That's all that is. So get your sites off of Wix. I used to sell Wix sites, and that's how I started. I was building Wix sites, and they were just I could not make the things I wanted to make, and they were horribly optimized. The websites on mobile loaded so slow, and the websites on mobile like just hacked together little pieces. Everything was absolutely positioned. There's nothing with a clear like order in the DOM. It's just all absolutely positioned inside a container, inside a container, inside a container. So that's why I taught myself how to build websites the right way, and just make something better for these small businesses who deserve better. You know, they don't have access to someone like me all the time. And there's not a lot of people out there that do this type of work, these static websites for small businesses. So, you know, the better you can get at this and get off of those page builders like Wix, Squarespace, Google Page Builder, you know, and make something that's quality, that gets that 100% in Google page speeds, that loads instantly on mobile and is mobile optimized and mobile first. You know, those are the things that we need to start giving to these small businesses so that they can actually compete with some of the bigger ones and stand out, and, you know, help them grow, because they are, you know, the majority of businesses in the country. So let's help them out. So, you know, end of rant. This is the end of the video series. We got the website online. We didn't come here to listen to me talk shit about Wix. So, but just don't use it. That's it. So I hope this was helpful. This process took forever for me to figure out and get down. So hopefully this prevents you from taking forever to figure it out and get it down. So thanks for watching. You know, thanks for being part of this series and making it this far. And this is just the beginning. There is more to come. There's much more complicated stuff in the works right now, so that'll be fun to show. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to repeat my process: optimization, connecting, you know, GitHub, Netlify, making things go live. So I'm gonna hammer in that process for you guys. It's now past 3 o'clock. I'm out. I'm going to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you know, keep coming back for more. Thank you.